Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is day 11th of this conversion project. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So yesterday after we've closed out, we actually kept working for a little bit just to finish covering up the side here. So it's just another piece of plywood with the U-bolts on both sides. This is what it looks like on the outside. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the ground is still a little bit damp, so we can't really work any earlier than now because everything is wet.
Putting on some flashing for the bottom to seal up this gap between this and the main body and help prevent water intrusion. These U-bolts are holding back this bottom panel because there's a zigzag here with the most of the structure being secured to this top rail here. I needed to cover this up. So this is really the only way to do it without taking up a ton of floor space on the inside and putting floor studs and things like that. So I'm going to come through with the grinder and I'm going to grind off all of this excess here. These have all been red thread lockered to prevent them from coming loose. But for now, I want to get the foam going on the inside to insulate it. I'm going to use spray foam to sort of mold the insulation the way I want it and hold that interior panel. So this is the way I'm doing that. This doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be sealed well. I put a ton of flashing sealant behind it and then used a scraper to scrape up and get some of the excess off. This is just bent at a 90 degree by hand, and here again doesn't have to be pretty. It really just is designed to hold the foam. If you want to come around here carefully, I'll show you. I needed something down here to hold the foam so it didn't just fall straight through. I understand there's still some gaps and cracks in there, but that's okay, because at least it provides a little bit of a platform for the foam to ride on.
So it just doesn't completely fall off.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Foam can handle up to like an inch crack, and after that it starts to fall out a little bit and makes a mess. So this here is just a little bit of a natural zigzag where it goes down and in, just because of the way the trailer was made and the way we chose to run the framing. So yeah, better to, if you can, put a flashing there. This is what I'll do.
It's nice how they actually sell this.
Yeah, it's made for housing stuff, so it's not exactly made for this application, but it's close enough. So this will work well. I'll just put a bunch of flash mate behind it, and we'll be good.
Here's the flashing all set up. Kyle is putting in some furring strips on the edge here. What's the purpose of the furring strip here, Kyle?
Just to get it up off the ground and provide a little bit of a stable surface for it to ride on.
I don't think the GoPro's capturing this, but it is misting right now.
Manufactured the trailer a little out of square, so even though this plywood is perfectly cut, and I really did cut it very perfectly with a guide and everything, it increases in height as it goes down. So I'll bring the router in at some point and trim it up, and we'll be good to go there.
So right now Kyle is securing this plywood with screws, and then later on he's gonna drill holes to fill the inside with foam.
We had a bunch of random great stuff foams left around the house and the shed from other projects we've done: fire block, pest block, window and door. It really doesn't matter what kind of foam goes in there, so long as it's closed cell foam, which all of these are closed cell foams. That way water won't get absorbed into it. So just kind of use it up. Doesn't matter.
They actually sell foam that is not closed cell?
Yeah, they sell open cell foam.
What is it for?
Lighter weight foam. I'm not sure exactly what they use it for, but the problem with open cell foam is it can literally hold water in it forever. In fact, there are some great YouTube videos if you want to seek them out, of camper manufacturers who have used open cell foam either on accident or on purpose to cut costs. And these repair shops, you'll see them drill a big auger hole up into it and just water come pouring out that's been retained in there. So I can't wait for these videos to post and somebody to be like, "Oh, those seams are so messy," and my response to that is going to be, "Have you ever torn the side off a professionally made camper and seen what those seams look like?" House construction, any kind of construction, doesn't look like the picture. It just doesn't. If you wanted perfect lines, maybe if you were a 40-year craftsman who cared that much, maybe, but it's not me. It'll get the job done. It'll be under budget. It'll be on time, and it'll be well within capacity. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it's going to be about 1 can per, maybe 2.
We are having problems with these tips that supposed to help put this foam. Are you doing that to make it easier?
Yeah, the wood is so thin that if you try to drive the screw without drilling pilot holes, it'll just crack and it'll be worthless. But if you drill some of the material, you create space for the screw to go in. And that way it doesn't
Less
split
chance
the
of splitting it.
That Flashmate chemical smell is so strong.
Now that it's pre-drilled, it's easier for the drill to fit.
There we go.
Time for the wall. Doesn't seem to have any obstruction. It'll just be easier to fill when the hole is a little bit higher. So this time around, we're just gonna start without the tubes because
Well,
this
we
tube
we
is-
broke this off. We still use the handle piece, but we broke off the tube because we're finding that this little
It gets clogged.
on-off switch is getting twisted off and
Clogged.
clogging.
So right now, Kyle is putting on the flashing on the underside of the trailer, on the outside, before we can foam. Yeah, that part's a little tricky because of the wheel.
I was just gonna smash it down first to get it flush onto the board, and then I'll go back and clean up all the excess.
We didn't show you guys, but we actually had to stop by the store again to get more of the foam because we don't have enough.
So much better without the straw.
The holes here is actually a little bit higher than the other side, and it seems to be working better. This is why one of us have to check the outside because otherwise we're just wasting it. What do we have here?
This is 40 flash. It's more flashing for the seams. You have to imagine water coming this way.
Oh, and that's what
So
you
it's gonna hit, let's say a drop of water hit here, right? So this right here, this corner needs to be number 1.
Uh-huh.
It should be on top, and then underneath of it should be this one.
Uh-huh.
Because if it's like this,
Uh-huh.
then the water can get in between that seam.
Okay.
But if it's like this, the water just rolls from this hand onto this hand.
Okay, that's not.
So it goes here, and then this overlaps like that.
The weather is so erratic. It was cold and then it was hot.
What's that?
They only need to overlap each other by an inch.
Yeah, an inch or two. A couple of fingers will. Definitely not right on the edge.
It looks like we're gonna run out of waterproof flashing before we finish this project of flashing the camper, because I still have this outline of the door to do, and I'll show you guys around what else needs to be done in terms of waterproof flashing. So this side, this is what it looks like here. Let me step back a little bit. I still need to do this side here, the some of the vertical parts too, like, so that horizontal part needs to be done, and the front of the vertical part, the whole front needs to be done still. Still have that left over, but we gotta run back to the store maybe tomorrow to get some more. There's actually a lot of areas that need foam, so Kyle's still doing that right here. The weather's been kind of erratic, so it's hot and cold, but misty, all this stuff. It's just really confusing. I don't know how much more we can do. We actually did a lot today. We sealed up the bottom part of the camper, sprayed foam everywhere, and do the waterproofing sticker, the flashing. And we also actually ran to the store to grab supplies. So yeah, I guess that can't be avoided. We were trying to avoid running to the store today at all, but we needed supplies, and we're gonna need supplies again because we don't have enough flashing and some other stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave questions in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Ride safe.